This is part 1 of our lesson on angle theorems, and we're going to start with a little bit of angle vocabulary. So it says match the words in the following word list to each of the definitions given below. So our choices are acute angle, obtuse angle, parallel lines, reflex angle, right angle, straight angle, and transversal. And hopefully these are words that you are familiar with from grades 7 and 8. So up first, our first definition says an angle that measures between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. And you'll notice that it's a small angle. It's not very big. So our example is this small angle. Our non-example is when it includes the angle around the back. So this one is an acute angle. I remember because they're cute, they're small. So that's the acute angle. Our second definition says an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. So it is one that makes a perfect 90 degrees. That's what that little square means, right? This angle here is a little bit bigger. It's not quite perfectly straight up and down. So that is called a right angle. So sometimes 90-degree angles are called right angles. So that's a right angle. Okay, our third definition says an angle that measures between 90 and 180 degrees. So it is bigger than a right angle, but it is not quite a straight line yet. Those ones are called obtuse angles. So that's an obtuse angle. All right, if we take a look at our next page, it says an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. So you'll see that the 180 degrees makes a perfectly straight line, and that's why this is called a straight angle. So a straight angle. It makes a perfectly straight line. All right, next one says an angle that measures between 180 and 360 degrees. So these are angles that are bigger than a straight line. So they usually have a much larger arc around the outside. These ones are reflex angles. So that's a reflex angle. All right, this one says two lines that are evenly spaced and never meet. So I have two lines here that are perfectly evenly spaced, right? So they are never going to cross. And you'll notice they have these little arrows marked on them. So these little arrows are different from the arrows on the ends. The arrows on the ends are just how you mark a line. But when you have a second set of arrows, that tells me that they are evenly spaced and will not meet. And those are parallel lines. So parallel lines. Now we have one definition left to go, and we only have one word left on our list. So it says a line that crosses through a set of parallel lines. So I have two parallel lines. They are marked with those arrows, so I know that they are parallel. And then there's a line that is cutting through them. That is called a transversal. So to transverse something is to cross something. So a transversal crosses a set of parallel lines. And when it crosses a set of parallel lines, it creates angles that are equal, right? It creates three different angle patterns that we will be talking about in the next part of our lesson. So that's it for our angle vocabulary. In the next video, we will take a look at some angle theorems.